The NFL has seen its fair share of explosive debuts, but nothing prepared the league for what happened when Shedeur Sanders stepped onto the field for his first official NFL game. The anticipation was already high, but the aftermath? That was something entirely different. According to league officials, Shedeur's debut shattered viewership expectations so violently that it forced the NFL's media department to run secondary audits just to confirm the numbers. And once the final count dropped, the league couldn't deny it. Shedeur Sanders had just drawn 4.6 million live viewers across multiple platforms, a staggering total that competes with primetime matchups, playoff games, and historic rookie introductions. This wasn't hype, this was a cultural explosion. What makes this moment shocking is the context. The NFL has been trying for years to bring in a new wave of young talent that can attract younger audiences, social media users, and casual fans who typically don't tune into early season games. With Shedeur, that demographic didn't just show up, they showed out. Streams surged, social media clips went viral in seconds. Hashtags climbed trending lists before the first quarter had even closed. This wasn't just football, it was a social event. And that's where the league's executives started realizing what they had on their hands. A rookie with the power of a brand, a storyline, and a fan base strong enough to shake traditional ratings models. Part of the reason Shedeur's debut hit like this is the rare combination of football curiosity, cultural relevance, and generational crossover appeal he brings. College fans tuned in to see whether his game would translate to NFL speed. Longtime football traditionalists tuned in to evaluate mechanics, timing, and poise. Casual viewers tuned in simply because his name has been circulating across sports media with the intensity of a headline machine. And then there was the younger demographic, the group the NFL has been desperately trying to reach for a decade. They tuned in because Shedeur represents a new style of quarterbacking that blends swagger, authenticity, and modern-day awareness in a way the league hasn't seen before. The NFL boss who revealed the 4.6 million live viewer count described the event as a platform-shifting moment, a phrase usually reserved for Super Bowls, international games, and historic franchise moves. That shows just how unexpected and powerful this debut truly was. Shedeur didn't just play a game. He moved culture, he moved numbers, he moved markets, and the league is now recalibrating how it measures early season star power because this one performance rewrote expectations. Shedeur's play on the field was solid, but the audience reaction was the real phenomenon. Every snap felt amplified, every completion sparked commentary, every misstep became a debate. The NFL couldn't have scripted a more impactful debut if they tried. And with that viewership record, the message became clear. The Shedeur Sanders era is not arriving, it has already begun. What makes the 4.6 million live viewer number even more impressive is the timing of the game. This wasn't a playoff matchup. It wasn't a primetime Sunday night event. It wasn't a holiday game when families gather around the screen. It was a regular debut, a simple NFL start that, in any other circumstance, would pull in modest numbers. But based on the league's internal analytics, Shedeur's game generated more excitement than many highly promoted matchups earlier in the season. That's why NFL executives are now calling this moment a ratings anomaly, an unpredictable spike that proves Shedeur isn't just another rookie, he's a viewership magnet. But why did this debut attract so much attention? The answer lies in the narrative surrounding Shedeur's transition from college dominance to professional scrutiny. Fans wanted to see if his calmness under pressure would translate. Critics wanted to test his timing, field vision, and composure. Supporters wanted to witness the first step in what they believe will become a long, decorated NFL career. And the rest of the world, they simply didn't want to miss out. The buildup surrounding his arrival created the perfect storm: curiosity, skepticism, excitement, and national attention converging around a single player. 2 hours before kickoff, streams had already begun trending upward. Social media timelines filled with predictions, jokes, memes, and pregame clips. By the time Shedeur jogged onto the field, the viewership graph had exploded to levels production crews weren't prepared for. The NFL's broadcast team scrambled to allocate more server capacity as online traffic surged, something rarely seen outside of championship-level events. The moment Shedeur released his first pass, clips went viral within seconds, not minutes, seconds. Reaction accounts, film breakdown channels, fan pages, celebrity commentators, everyone jumped on the moment. Every snap became content, every raid became analysis, every throw became a headline. It didn't matter whether the play was simple or explosive. The audience was engaged at a degree that the league hasn't experienced with a rookie since the early days of quarterbacks like Cam Newton or Michael Vick. But viewership wasn't the only number that skyrocketed. The NFL Shop reported a massive spike in jersey sales the same night. Team social media accounts gained tens of thousands of new followers. Engagement rates hit new highs. The league's media partners immediately restructured future promotional ads to include Shedeur, and broadcasters behind the scenes were already pushing for more nationally televised games featuring the young quarterback. This is the kind of response typically reserved for established superstars, not someone stepping onto the field for the very first time. That's why the league's executives called the debut transformational behind closed doors. They weren't just acknowledging strong numbers. They were acknowledging a shift in momentum, fueled by a player who attracts attention effortlessly. And they know momentum of this magnitude doesn't just fade, it expands. Shedeur Sanders' debut didn't just break viewership records, it changed how the NFL sees its next generation of quarterbacks. For years, the league has been searching for the next big star who could carry them into a new era of media consumption. Someone who could blend traditional quarterback skill with modern charisma. Someone who could dominate both the field and the timeline. Someone who could bring new fans into the sport, not just maintain the existing audience. With Shedeur, the NFL finally got that crossover star, and the reaction to his debut confirmed it. The league's internal reports highlighted an unusual demographic spike, an influx of young viewers aged 14-30 who typically only engage with NFL content during playoffs or Super Bowl season. But here, they showed up for a rookie debut, something unheard of. Those viewers didn't just watch the game, they interacted with every moment. Comments exploded across platforms. Fan edits popped up within minutes. Sports creators began breaking down clips before the final whistle blew. In real time, Shedeur had activated a generation the NFL has been struggling to capture for over a decade. But beyond the cultural impact, the league's analysts focused on something more subtle: Shedeur's presence. The word kept appearing in broadcast reviews, commentator summaries, and executive breakdowns. Presence. It's the quality that separates good quarterbacks from great ones. It's the trait that makes fans sit up during plays that don't even result in touchdowns. It's the magnetism that makes stadiums hold their breath every time the ball leaves a quarterback's hands. And during his debut, Shedeur showed all of that. One reason for the massive viewership spike is that Shedeur plays with a unique blend of composure and anticipation that fascinates audiences. Every dropback feels like a moment. Every read feels intentional. Every play feels like it could be the start of something iconic. Viewers didn't want to blink because they didn't want to miss the next highlight or the next breakout reveal. The NFL's media department noted that Shedeur's scrambles, timing throws, and sideline awareness clips received some of the highest engagement of any rookie quarterback in the last 5 years. Fans weren't tuning in just for success. They were tuning in for the full evaluation. That kind of attention is rare, and it typically only happens when a player's story is as compelling as the player himself. What makes this even more intense is the pressure that comes with such massive viewership, yet Shedeur handled the moment like someone who's been under national attention for years. The league noticed, analysts noticed, fans noticed. And that's why the NFL now sees him not just as a rookie, but as a central figure in football's future. Breaking viewership numbers is impressive. Shifting the direction of NFL marketing is iconic. And Shedeur's debut did both. The moment the NFL boss publicly revealed the 4.6 million live viewer count, the reaction inside league offices was as chaotic as it was celebratory. Executives immediately began strategizing how to capitalize on this momentum. Scheduling directors started exploring options for potential primetime appearances. Media partners began rewriting promotional ads. Network producers rushed to secure early rights to future broadcasts. All of this movement was triggered by a single rookie debut, something that rarely happens in the NFL landscape. But while the league worked behind the scenes, the fans were experiencing something else entirely: validation. For weeks leading up to the debut, social media was divided between those who believed Shedeur would rise to the moment and those who assumed the hype would crumble once NFL defenses tested him. When the viewership numbers dropped, it created a new storyline. Regardless of the performance itself, people wanted to watch him. They wanted to judge him. They wanted to witness the beginning of a quarterback who already functions as a cultural figure. The NFL boss described Shedeur's debut as a ratings event comparable to mid-season rivalries, and that comparison stunned analysts. Those types of games usually involve established franchises with decades of fan loyalty. Yet here was a rookie shattering records without needing a rivalry, storyline buildup, or playoff implications. All he needed was a spotlight, and the entire country tuned in. This phenomenon becomes even more intriguing when examining the game time engagement metrics. According to analytics teams, viewer retention remained unusually high even during slower portions of the game. Normally, casual fans drop off during long drives, blowout scores, or extended commercial breaks. Not this time. Shedeur held attention from kickoff to conclusion. People didn't just show up, they stayed. Sponsors began contacting the league within hours. Brands recognized that Shedeur had become something extremely valuable, a reliable source of national attention. In the world of sports marketing, that's gold. The NFL doesn't just look for stars, they look for engines. Engines that drive ratings, conversation, and momentum. Engines that elevate the sport's visibility. Engines that push younger demographics to care about games they wouldn't normally watch. With Shedeur, the NFL found one of those engines. What the league didn't expect was how quickly this transformation happened. Most rookies grow into attention. Shedeur arrived with it. And that's why the 4.6 million viewer count isn't just a statistic. It's a warning shot to the league. A new force has entered the NFL, and he's capable of shifting audience behavior overnight. Future matchups will be structured differently. Broadcast teams will prepare differently. Media outlets will cover differently. Because now that the NFL knows what kind of draw Shedeur brings, the league is ready to invest in the rise. Another element behind Shedeur's record-breaking debut is the unique crossover appeal he brings to the NFL. Football fans watch for football reasons. College fans watch to support a transition they've been invested in for years. But an entire separate audience, one that typically doesn't interact heavily with NFL content, showed up because Shedeur represents a bridge between sports cultures, internet culture, and generational shifts. This is where the league noticed something important. Shedeur brings celebrity-level visibility without relying on theatrics. His gameplay speaks for itself, but his presence off the field builds anticipation in ways few rookie quarterbacks can replicate. Social media communities, lifestyle audiences, and younger viewers who follow athletes based on off-field persona all contributed to the 4.6 million viewer spike. That's why this moment is being labeled a game changer inside media rooms. The NFL has struggled for years to stay relevant among younger audiences who prefer short-form content, personality-driven storylines, and high-energy presentation. But Shedeur combines all of those elements naturally, not forced, not scripted, not manufactured, and that authenticity creates a gravitational pull that leagues dream about. As the dust settles on Shedeur Sanders' record-breaking debut, one truth is becoming impossible for the NFL to ignore. This wasn't a one-night phenomenon. It was the beginning of a new standard for rookie marketability, media attention, and viewership potential. The 4.6 million viewer count is now etched into league history as a signal that the next era of football may be defined not just by performance, but by cultural impact. Executives are already projecting massive shifts in scheduling strategies. Networks want Shedeur in nationally televised slots. Streaming platforms want exclusive content. Broadcasters want interviews, features, and panel discussions centered around him. Even rival teams are adjusting their defensive strategy meetings because they understand that playing Shedeur comes with a spotlight that intensifies everything. But inside all of this hype lies the core reason fans showed up. They wanted to witness something new. The NFL has been dominated for years by older quarterbacks nearing retirement and younger quarterbacks struggling to break into superstardom. Shedeur represents a fresh mold, confident, poised, polished, charismatic, and culturally relevant. His debut didn't shatter records because fans expected him to dominate. It shattered records because fans wanted to be part of the moment. They wanted to witness history. They wanted to see if the hype was real. And based on the engagement numbers after the game, it absolutely was. The NFL boss said the debut represented the future of football viewership, and that statement couldn't be more accurate. The league will now design marketing campaigns around younger quarterbacks who bring broader appeal. Teams will reevaluate how they promote rookies. Social media departments will build content that taps into shifting fan expectations. And analysts will adjust how they evaluate impact because viewership is now a measurable form of influence. Shedeur Sanders didn't just make his debut, he introduced a new era. He proved that rookie quarterbacks can draw historic numbers before even stepping into their prime. He showed that cultural influence can merge with athletic potential to create something the NFL hasn't seen in years. And he reminded the league that the future belongs to players who can command attention both on and off the field. The 4.6 million viewer record won't stand forever. Records never do, but what it represents will echo through the NFL for years. A shift in audience, a shift in marketing, a shift in generational enthusiasm. Shedeur didn't just break viewership expectations, he broke the old model. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more NFL stories, quarterback deep dives, and behind-the-scenes analysis.